Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During the last part, I celebrated the part 50 milestone. So in this part, I'll be covering at least 5 or 6 viewer submitted levels, starting out with this one, Volcanic Meltdown by Meccirius, with 11 plays and a score of 4. So let's see what this level has to offer. This is the third version of Top of the Volcano, so it's a really long and very challenging stage, as the author stated. They gave me 4 tips to go through the stage, so let's hope that they'll be quite helpful. I definitely will be utilizing the Hard Knuckle and Firestorm quite a bit for the stage, and we'll be fighting Stone Man at the end, so let's see. Volcanic Meltdown was one of my favorite stages Meccirius made, so I'm interested to see how they improved it. Okay, we need to get attacked by the petite snakies. At least we have Charge Shot and a whole bunch of other special weapons. The Hyper Bomb's gonna be super useful. I believe this is going to be more like a fortress level based off the difficulty, so let's see what challenges it has in store for us. The general layout seems to be about the same, but with some new enemy types, and some of the positioning of the gimmicks has been moved a bit. Yeah, this is definitely like a fortress level based off the positioning of the gimmicks, and the fact it's kind of assumed that you understand how the fire bars and other enemies work. And we immediately get introduced to the mini-boss, the hot dog. This wasn't too bad, thankfully. Now we're in the base itself, now with a different tile set, and of course the things at the bottom indicate the lava. Also, the airman tiles represent where the area's tackle fires will rise up to, so good usage of conveyance there. And yeah, I'm gonna restart a checkpoint here because I'm too low on health. I really should be utilizing my other special weapons though to make this a bit easier. Especially like stuff like Hyper Bomb. After all, it pierces through enemy shields. Wow, I didn't realize that the hot dogs take 5 hits from the Hyper Bomb to be destroyed. I thought it'd be a lot stronger. Oh well, we learn something new every day. Hard Knuckle time. Repeated punching is awesome. You saw in the previous part you saw me go through stand-up comedy, and really well utilized or showcased how you can make a gimmick-based stage using the Hard Knuckle. What with how you can reposition it. It's not as good against shielded enemies though. But as you may have noticed, it was able to destroy the Sniper Joe in his 4 hits instead of the 5. And of course, because it doesn't use any extra special weapon energy, it's better against stuff like the hotheads. Ice Slasher time. And just like in Mega Man 1, the Ice Slasher can freeze those fire bars. I can see a bunch of interesting challenges that may crop up once we get to a stage that uses the Ice Slasher more, like a gimmick-based stage. At least there isn't that many instant death hazards. That I do appreciate. And the checkpoint placement is on the nicer side. And the difficulty curve is also pretty fine, although it's still like a fortress level, because it's assumed that you understand how each of the gimmicks work. Oh, and I have the Crash Bomber too, I should have utilized that more. Also, I didn't realize that the tackle fires are immune to my shots when they're going upwards like that. I got surprised by them. The combination of fire bars and tackle fires will make this stage a lot more challenging. I should be using stuff like the Firestorm more because it acts like a temporary shield. That was a nice snipe by the hothead there. But as I was saying, I'm quite surprised that the tackle fires are immune to my shots when they're rising up from the ground. From other fan games, they trained me to the fact that hotheads, or should I say tackle fires, are always weak against my shots, regardless of when they're flying upwards or not. But here, the tackle fires are immune to shots when they're going upwards, instead of being always vulnerable like in many other fan games. So you gotta be on the lookout for that. At least there's proper conveyance as to where the tackle fires will rise up from, what with the airman tiles. Of course, I could always just make this a lot easier on myself and use the Ice Slasher more, which I will be utilizing here. After all, Meccirius did allow me access to the Ice Slasher, and there are a lot of fire bars here. And this is a fortress stage, so it makes sense to use Ice Slasher. And now we have a Force Beam segment. Whoa, that was close. Well, that's awesome. Apparently I can use the Ice Slasher in combination with the mini-bosses. I didn't get access to the Ice Slasher ever since Mega Man 1, and it was one of the best ice weapons in Mega Man history, what with how you can freeze enemies and switch to other special weapons in order to utilize it more. Shame there hasn't been as good as an ice weapon in other Mega Man mainline titles. In Mega Man fan games, sure, I believe. Well, this was one of the easiest hothead mini-bosses to fight. This one, not so much. Oh, goody. Time to activate Ice Slasher. And Crash Bomber. I forgot I have access to the plant barrier. I probably should be utilizing it more. Oh, goody. You again. If there's one thing about this stage I've noticed, it's the fact that we have a lot of these hothead mini-bosses, or hot dog mini-bosses. Maybe a little bit too many if you were to ask me. At least the checkpoint placement is fine, and this was intended to be a fortress level in the first place. Although because of the number of enemies, it can be a little bit hard to dodge everything. What I would really like is not to die. I got ambushed by those, I should have paid note. But as I said, at least the checkpoint placement's on the fair side. I'm not getting as many life ups for some reason. I guess RNG is not in my favor today. Hopefully the boss fight against Stone Man isn't too difficult. I need to conserve weapon energy now because I'm kind of running low. If there's one thing that would improve this stage, I would say to kind of loosen up on the amount of hot dog encounters. It's becoming a little bit too excessive. Then again, the hot dog is the only enemy type or only mini-boss that's present in this engine currently. I remember this segment. This is the one where we had to jump over these lava segments, or these lava tiles. But before we didn't have the spike ceiling, but now we do. Not taking any chances there, especially with the tight jumps. I guess go to the right. Still no life up drops. I'm really unlucky today. That was close. There we go, at last. I'm not gonna take any risks going down over there. Oh, hello there, hot dog. Well, that's a pretty big blind spot you have there. Well, by taking the upper rod, at least we got a full life restore. If there's another thing I'd like to add to this level, it's the fact that we would have more life pickups. Goody, Power Master. That's one way of taking care of Power Master. Yep, there's another one. I expected there to be another Power Master. Especially with this stage's insistence on mini-bosses. We're out in the field again, out of the volcano, and now we have the lava jumping segment. With all the petite snakies. Well, that's a nice way of introducing the shield attackers. Yikes, the petite snakies are really good snipers, it seems. You gotta be on your toes, otherwise they'll just snipe you. Case in point. And now we're back outside. I remember being at the first part of the stage on the left side, now we're on the right side. Although in comparison to Top the Volcano version 2, this is a bit longer of a trip. And once again, another hot dog. Seriously, lay off on the hot dogs a little bit. Maybe add other bosses that aren't as tough as or add other enemies that could act like mini-bosses like the Power Masters / Power Musclers, instead of just overusing the hot dogs. Oh well, at least we have a lot of special weapons to utilize. And I should be utilizing the plant barrier more. Because of stuff like this can happen. Well, that's a pretty big blind spot for that hot dog. Not complaining. Really risky move there. Yep, I expected there to be another hot dog encounter. At least these ones have really big blind spots. That was my fault. I should have waited there. There we go. Now we're at the checkpoint right before the boss. Let's hope that the Stone Man encounter isn't too difficult. Okay, we have the tackle fires, and now Stone Man. I think I know what his weakness is. It's one of the bomb weapons. Yep, it is. The upgraded Hyper Bomb does wonders against Stone Man. Then again, it does wonders against all of the enemy types. Alas, that was the end of Volcanic Meltdown. A pretty long fortress level. In some ways I'd say it's a marathon / fortress level, but I enjoyed it. It well utilized the suggestions I asked for Top the Volcano Mach 2 and added more interesting challenges. Although I would definitely say to lay off on the number of hot dogs and replace them with other really durable enemies. So fair enough work, Meccirius. Second on the lineup is I Hate Topspin by DanilloZX with 6 plays and a score of 1. I get the feeling that this isn't the level the submitter asked me to play through, but I'll go through it anyway. Hopefully it isn't too long, and judging by the title... Oh, I thought it would be a topspin oriented stage, but apparently not. We have a whole bunch of special weapons, but I get the feeling that this was made before version 1.1.0 hit, because we're missing the other special weapons, the new ones. Oh well, I'll take advantage of all the stuff I have. I wonder. Okay, this just resets me back to the beginning of the stage. That's strange. Wonder why that's there in the first place. That's not intended what I wanted to do, but I guess it works. Teleporter? 1. Okay, we're going through different level segments now. I get the feeling I'm going to need Charge Kick here. Well, that's not how I intended to use Charge Kick, but okay. And this stage is called I Hate Topspin. I don't know why. Oh, hello there, Ben K. And all of those screw bombers. Not helping matters. Whoa, that was close. And now in this stage, I'm getting a lot more generous life ups, or life drops, when I really needed more in my previous level. RNG. Whoa. What just happened? I guess it still interpreted me on being on that spinning top platform. Oh, and the Yoko blocks are here to protect you against that. And I shouldn't have jumped like that. Hopefully the stage doesn't become too challenging. Otherwise, well, it's time to resort to the level editor. Somehow the timing got screwed up in some manner. Well, at least there's a checkpoint right over here, so I'm not complaining. This stage has more generous checkpoint placement than Meccirius' one. Next up is 2. Now we're in the jungle. Take care of the Takentos, the Skeleton Joe, who I despawned. Now the Crystal Joe. A free tank. What do you want me to do here? I was worried that I had to do a lot of charge kick jumps, but no, it's just a footholder segment. A really scary one though, because it's precise movements. That was my fault. Once again, I wish there was a way to fix the timings or set the timings to be per room, instead of being global for everything. That'll prevent issues like the footholder segment here. Oh, I really wish I had the skull shield. Didn't want to take any chances there, especially with some of my experiences. Well, that wasn't too bad. Number 3, now we're in Top Man's stage. The difficulty curve of this level seems to be a bit off. It started out easy, then became super difficult with that footholder segment. Now it's becoming a bit easier. Then again, it may be just a point of alleviation to relieve the stress from the previous part. Oh yeah, Firestorm. That was too tight. Not taking any chances here. And the life bar over there was hiding or masking the last spike. Force beams. I get the feeling there was something over there. But once again, global timers. Okay, rush jet segment, I guess. Yep, rush jet segment. I really hope that the upper route was the correct one. And I hope I have enough weapon energy in order to succeed. I get the feeling there's going to be a force beam on the top, and this is a really boring segment. There's no enemies at all. It's just easily just waltzing our way forward, or flying our way forward. There are no enemies and not that many dodging challenges. Well, okay then. Thank you, Telly. At least there's a checkpoint over here. I would have raged a bit if there wasn't a checkpoint here and I got killed. Especially with that dull segment earlier. There probably should have been one more block to protect you from sliding off the block. Number 4. Water segment. Oh goody, it's one of these segments, the spike falls. I got it on my first try, I don't know what happened. Well, let's take the upper round. Let's hope it's the correct choice. This is filled with a lot more topspin platforms, or those shotmens. The bottom one has access to the E-tank, but is a lot more dangerous, except in this area. At least they loop up into each other. Let's take care of this gachapon and get up over there. Final one. I still don't get why this stage is called I Hate Topspin. It has nothing to do with it, it's really just 5 challenge sections next to each other, or 4 at least. And we fight Pharaoh Man in the first place, so I don't get it. Let me guess. Of course, it's Topspin. That's the only hint of Topspin in the stage. Thank you for staying still over there, Fairman. I don't get why do we have those teleporters up there, it's like a Kaiser trap. I don't know what to say about this Danilo, but I didn't like the stage as much. It didn't really feel focused on its gimmicks, and I don't get the relevance of the title outside the boss fight against Fairman in the end, so I can't really give this a thumbs up, sorry. Third on the lineup is Infiltrate the Factory by IceBlueEyes, with 5 plays and a score of 1. So let's see what this level has to offer. It seems to be a bit of a longer one, judging by the loading times. Once again, I reiterate my earlier suggestion that the intro text of each stage, or at least the intro description, should include the number of screens that are present in each level. That way you can more easily gauge how long a stage is. And based on the loading times, this seems to be a bit longer than the first stage, that being Volcanic Meltdown. That doesn't bode well. If this stage is as long as I think it'll be, this will be the last stage I'll cover in this part. Especially with the random stuttering getting. That's not a good sign. Oh boy. It's gonna be one of these levels, I see. Well, time to use the plant barrier, I suppose. I wasn't expecting another marathon level this fast. It seems to be even longer than the previous one, too. And there's the stage exit, but unfortunately, we'll have to go to the base first. At least the stuttering isn't as bad as it would be if this was played before version 1.1.0. Thank goodness for that. Otherwise the stage would be almost unplayable if it had a lot of spikes. And you can definitely tell its length based on all the stuttering you're seeing. Hopefully that isn't a sign of what's to come. Oh. Thank you? Oh no, this is gonna be one of those stages where there are a lot of alternate pathways to take too. Well, I guess I'll need to explore it using the level editor then. That isn't to say this is a bad stage, far from it, but I wasn't expecting such another gargantuan stage. If I knew it was going to be this long, I'd probably reserve another part for it for itself, similar to what I did for Hidden Treasures of the Snake King by Brickman. Oh well, if necessary, the next two parts after this will also be viewer-submitted ones. Might as well. Okay, I see what I need to do. Come on, can I make the jump? Oh, wonderful. These segments. I hope the reward is well worth this. No, it's just the large... It's just that. I want to experiment with something. Is there something down here? Thank goodness there is. Usually, when going down these ladders, it's just a bottomless pit, because there's nothing to distinguish the pit from a downwards ladder. Yeah, I need to take that route over here, otherwise I will die. Phew, I made it this time somehow. Well, it's gonna be one of these stages. I see that for sure. Hopefully there's a checkpoint right over here, or coming up very soon. Especially because the difficulty of the stage kind of jumped up over there, what with jumping on Shadow Man platforms. Oh, I see the cleverness. This looks identical to the previous section, but in reality we blew up a hole. There are about probably 3 more sections and then I'll finish the stage. Well, that's a clever way of showing progression. And this is definitely a fortress/special weapons stage, because you're almost forced to use the Firestorm in the previous segment in order to avoid getting hit by the photons. I think it's doable by just using Buster, but this one you definitely need to use special weapons. For a second there I didn't notice all the elect beams. Oh no, I see the force beams. Well, at least these are here. What's to the left of here? I guess the next part of the stage. Oh goody, a Takento. And its buddy. That's it, special weapon time. So close. Plant barrier. At least I have the energy balancer, so I don't need to swap between special weapons all the time. Somehow I did this on my first attempt. There are a lot of moments where you have to be on your feet if you want to survive the stage. I guess this is blowing up the second door. I see, these are each of the reactor cores which are supposedly blocking the entrances to the next part of the stage. I would like an ERM tank somewhere, but I guess this is doable. Or this works. And now we blew up 2 of the holes now. So as we go through each section, we go to a reactor which is connected here, and after blowing those up, it will make these reactors fragile, or make the blocks breakable. This will be a water segment, I suppose. Although, the difficulty curve of the stage is a little bit off. It started out harder, now it's becoming a little bit easier. The ladder's broken over there. Let's do left. Usually my Mega Man instincts tell me to go to the right, but let's go left for a change. I get the feeling there's going to be a teleporter on each side and there'll be no difference of what path I take. That's where it leads up to. I meant to go to the left there. Oh, it's just for an E-tank and an extra life. Well, it isn't too bad at least. Getting an E-tank will be really helpful for the latter parts of the stage. I get the feeling there's going to be a lot of dangerous enemies. I'm trying to damage boost over here. There we go. Firestorm time. Thank goodness this developer gave me access to 2 shields to make this stage a lot more on the bearable side. Oh, I didn't react fast enough. I should have held left over there. There we go. At least there's a checkpoint right over here. Good thing, because I'll probably need it. Especially with these jumps. Ah, I didn't mean to slide there. This is gonna take a few attempts. And the fact this is stuttering is causing some odd issues with button inputs. I made it past that segment somehow. Oh, after repeated failure, I made it. Well, at least the stage is getting more difficult. I'm not sure if it's for the best of reasons, though. Now to find the exit teleporter to get to the other side of this level. That is, opening up the third block. Well, that's one way of doing it. At least rolling cutter is useful here. Ah, there we go, there's the exit. At last, we have a checkpoint. That previous segment was so nerve-wracking. And now it's time for the fourth and final segment, hopefully. Let's hope it doesn't become too painful. You know, the previous part of the stage was a little bit more of a lower tier or lower difficult challenge level, but this one, oh my goodness, with the previous segment, it was really difficult. Oh, I understand what these monitors are of sorts. They indicate what challenges are coming ahead. Like over here, it's telling us they're going to be springs, spikes, and falling platforms. That's one way of doing it. Oh no. I know what they're gonna... This is one of those locations or times I really wish the game provided me the option to stop the game from temporarily pausing when picking a life pickup. Otherwise you can easily get killed over there, as you just saw. Well, I made it through this time. Thank goodness there's a checkpoint here. Or, of course, I could just damage boost. Come on, please shoot. Thank you. I can only damage boost a little bit though. Oh, I see. I think. No, I can't make the jump. Ah, I understand this challenge now. It's one of those areas where you need to refuse the urge to activate the plant barrier so you don't destroy the ground beneath you. Now I can use it to regenerate my health. Thank you, I'm damage boosting off of here because I don't want to take any chances. Also nice touch that there's a small weapon energy over here, just in case if you run out of plant barrier energy. Close squeeze over there. Not taking any chances. Oh. At long last, I finally completed that last segment. Oh my goodness. It took about 30 attempts off screen. In fact, I got so frustrated I decided to resort to level editor. There probably should have been a checkpoint in between that earlier segment with the spikes and the bombs and the plant barrier, and a segment following immediately afterwards with all of the spikes. The issue is because of all the lag that's happening with this large stage, it's causing some issues with precision and stuttering. That's why I used the level editor to put an extra checkpoint and complete the challenge that way. But I'll discuss that more once I get to the end of this stage. And the last challenge, I suppose, is an enemy spam challenge, or an enemy gauntlet. Still, I would prefer this a lot better than the previous challenge. Oh my goodness, it became super difficult. Honestly, if I were to rate this stage, the last section completely depleted my fun score, or decreased it to a 5 or 10 out of 32.5. If that last or third segment wasn't there, I would have scored this a lot higher. But because it's there, well, I won't be giving this stage a thumbs up. It's just too hard for my preferences, sorry. How do you make this? I think you can just make it if you're precise enough. There you go. A little bit too precise for my taste, but it works. Alas, we unlocked all the doors, so it's time to get the energy element. But what is this? We have a boss door. And we fight Napalm Man face to face. At least there's a checkpoint nearby, so it isn't too bad. Alas, that's the end of Infiltrate the Factory. A really difficult challenge, precision challenge level / special weapons oriented stage. As I was saying, this part of the stage, the spring over here, caused so many deaths, at least 20 plus failures off screen, plus this segment over here. What didn't help matters was because of all the stuttering, it caused me to throw off my inputs, as well as my precise movements, unfortunately. Honestly, because of all the lag of the stage, I'd strongly suggest breaking the stage up into 2 pieces so that players don't get too frustrated going through this. Because if the stage didn't stutter all the time when I was playing through it, then this would be a lot more fun, and several of these challenges would be a lot more doable. At least that's what I think. So I strongly don't recommend playing this stage unless you're a skilled Mega Man player and understand precise movements. Because of depleting all the fun score, or at least decreasing it to 5 or 10 out of 32.5, I cannot give this stage a thumbs up. Sorry, IceBlueEyes. It's just too challenging for me, and as I repeatedly stated, I don't really like playing through the really difficult, precision-based challenge stages. The fourth and final level of this part is Invading the Lunar Base Normal by Pirata Patheta with 10 plays and a score of 1. I've decided to squeeze in one more level just as a way to buffer the really long level that we had before. And it's going to be a much shorter level, thankfully. Hopefully not as difficult. The last level was quite a doozy. Okay, we only have special weapons here. We only have the new special weapons here. Oh, neat, we're forced to use special weapons, it seems. Fine with me. Like over here, we need to use the Ice Slash in order to freeze that. And we're immediately introduced to this hot dog, which has a major blind spot over there. Fair enough. Hopefully it's just a special weapon oriented stage instead of it being more of a challenge stage like the previous one was. That was the easiest D-tank to get, but I see why. Because if you're not careful, you can get stuck over there. Spikes. After the last stage, I'm always going to be a lot more wary whenever I see a spike nearby. This always happens once I complete a spike-heavy challenge stage. And when I say challenge stage, what I mean really is precision-based challenge stage. Down we go. I probably should be using the new special weapons more often. I've used the Hard Knuckle, Ring Boomerang, and Ice Slash to great effect, but I haven't really used the Oil Slider that much yet, unfortunately. This is going to be one of the locations where it's going to be really useful. Mainly whenever there's water and I can surf around the place. Because unfortunately, if there's no water or any places to surf or do a quick movement, the Oil Slider isn't really that useful. At least it's more useful in comparison to Mega Man Powered Up at the very least. So there is that. But I gotta be really careful so I don't end up killing myself by accident. I knew there was gonna be a secret over there. or an alternate pathway based off of the fact there was a hole in the wall. Not what I intended to do, unfortunately. Can I destroy the Sniper Joe shields? If I ever get close enough. You know what, I'm just gonna use the hard knuckle. If I can position it just right, it should bounce like this. Oh. Well, Gear Rider. That's a really big glitch over there. Take care of the skull mets over there. Well, at least the glitch isn't too problematic. Darn, the pause over there threw me off and caused me to fall in the pit. Once again, I really wish there was an option to turn off the pause. Well, at least the ring boomerang does pierce, so that makes things a little bit easier. It happened once again. Strange. Now I need to climb up this segment over here and hopefully not die. Easier said than done, of course. Didn't want to take any chances over there, especially with my experiences in the previous stage. Although really this stage isn't as jerkish as the previous one was. Wonderful, now we have tackle fires. Wonderful, I positioned myself in the wrong way. I need to go down all the way there, otherwise I won't be able to hit the target. Which makes this even worse, because now I'll be defenseless. And I realized I just screwed up the room too, because I need that hothead to be over there so I have enough time to get on top of that area. Well, it's a neat challenge and it befits the hard knuckle. Come on, there we go. It's a neat survival challenge, that's for sure. That hothead thought he could get me. Let's see, it's a timing one. And I still mistimed it. Well, that's one way of solving the challenge. R-O-C-K-E-T. Rocket. Oh, I see, we're climbing up a rocket now. I thought the level design is going to be a bit sneaky there and hide an ERM tank. There's the window. I guess we're exiting the facility now. But where are we off to? That's the question. To the right, it seems. Too bad we don't have space physics anywhere just yet. I just wanted to use the oil slider against the hot dog over there, just to see what it would do. Oh goody, now we have to fight two of them at once. Which wasn't too bad because of the blind spot with that hot dog. That's one way of having a mini-boss encounter for this stage. I didn't mean to do that over there. Alas, it's time to fight Nightman. What is his weakness could be? Come on, please throw your mace. Not here, please. There we go, it's at least dealing constant damage. And I have an E-tank, so I might as well use it. I suppose it's going to be the ring boomerang. No, it isn't. Well... Oil slider? Maybe it's the impact. It is, okay, so it's the impact that hurts Nightman. It's not as difficult as hitting a Lickman, that's for sure. Still, I gotta be careful so I can actually hit the target. And I can slow down my oil slider speed if I hold left. Well, this is a nice fun way of ending off the stage, at the very least. But using the Mega Buster is a lot more useful and makes it faster, so I'll use that instead. And that was the end of Invading the Lunar Base. A nice special weapons oriented stage that utilized the 4 of the new special weapons that were added to the engine via the version 1.1 update. It was a nice short stage, but I really would have liked to see the gimmicks taken further. Especially with the oil sliding water. Oh well, we'll need separate levels for that. After what we've seen in the previous part with stand-up comedy and the hard knuckle, each and every special weapon can make a gimmick stage based off of each. And because there were 4 special weapons to split attention to, all of them kind of suffered in terms of how far it could be taken. It's like a nice introduction to how further these gimmicks can be taken, or rather the special weapon challenges can be taken with a more dedicated stage to each. And I believe Pirata Patheta can potentially do it. They've done it before. So good work. So overall, out of the 4 levels I played in this part, I'd say that my favorite one was Volcanic Meltdown, of course. Sure, it was a rather marathon-long stage and was a fortress level, but I still found it to be fun, and there was proper conveyance of where the tackle fires were coming from with the airman tile sets, or tiles, outside of the lava segment, and the challenge progression was pretty nice, starting out easy, then becoming more difficult near the end. Although the main flaw of the stage is that it overutilized the hot dog mini-boss, and it only used the power muscler once or twice. If it were to cut down on all the hot dog encounters, it would become a much better stage, personally speaking. Well, maybe in Top of the Volcano Mach 4, and once we get more fire-based mini-bosses. Well then, in the next part, I'll be covering a bunch of more viewer-submitted levels. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!